Over half the book of Revelation explicitly refers to Jesus. No other book in all the Bible has such a dense Christology. And of all the attributes of Christ that are presented and revealed in the book of Revelation, it is understood that about 70% of the total references are royal in nature, meaning they present Christ as king, as judge, as sovereign. The book of Revelation is almost entirely a book about the kingship of Jesus Christ. Revelation is the unveiling of the already reigning Christ and the public manifestation of his kingship throughout history, over history. And I thought about this, and I wondered, how has this book affected previous generations of Christians? Particularly the direct audience that it was actually written to, and even John himself. How had that affected them? Now, for the record, I'm not espousing any specific end times view here. I'm simply stating something I believe to be true outside of that. And I will say this. We have so chopped Revelation up and made it about the Antichrist and the rapture and all these other things that I fear we may have missed the main point of the book. The Antichrist is not the main point of the book of Revelation. The point of the book that would have been a huge comfort and hope to John himself, to the original audience, and to generations of Christians throughout history. John banished to the island of Patmos as an enemy of the state. As church history says, he was thrown in a vat of boiling oil before that. He wouldn't die, so they banished him to this prisoner island of Patmos. The last apostle alive. He would have been immensely comforted by the visions he sees of Christ reigning as king. Not in the future, hopefully sometime, but reigning in that exact moment in John's life, over John's life. The first century Christians who were under intense persecution under the wicked rule of Emperor Domitian, who demanded that if you don't bow and worship me and burn incense to me, I'm taking your head off. These visions of the kingship of Christ would have been immensely comforting and hopeful for those suffering Christians. Christians throughout history who've been slaughtered by wicked rulers, who've been slandered and lied about, who've been despised and hated by the world, are and should be immensely hopeful by the royal declaration of the revelation of Jesus Christ. The book of Revelation, along with Psalm 47 and the rest of Holy Scripture, it does not ask, will Jesus reign? No, it declares Jesus reigns now and forever.